Hello and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 27 AI team reveal with me, Holly Shand. We've been following the My Team AI transfer suggestions throughout the season. There's 2 free transfers for this week and a big decision to be made over chip strategy. Give this one a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Starting off with goalkeepers and their predicted points over the next 5 game weeks. With that blank game week 29 now confirmed, these predictions are a lot easier to swallow. And we need to also think about how these predictions change if we take out that blank game week 29, because I know a lot of managers will be looking to free hit in that week. Now, no surprise to see Kaminsky top of the tree, obviously has the double in 28 and the fixture in 29 now as well. 20.7 predicted points, only just above Neto though, who obviously doubles in 28. If you can get Neto in and then bench him for game week 29, that's going to be quite powerful. Now, Emi Martinez is up to 3rd with 5 fixtures over the next 5 game weeks. And we've seen Arsenal's David Raya slump down to 10th place due to only having 4 fixtures in this period. But it's about finding those rotations, particularly if you're not going to navigate the blank with a free hit. There can be ways of really making sure that you're maximising the potential from 2 goalkeepers over this period. Moving on to defenders then, and there are some significant changes in the rankings here. Bournemouth's Senesi is top of the chart, and if you're looking to target a defender for the double, he's probably the one to go for. Now, Bournemouth, the pick of the fixtures, he's the most attacking of their assets. But Luton's Alfie Doughty is not far behind, and again, if you're not planning on using a free hit in 29, he's got the best utility. He's on most set pieces for Luton. Been a bit unlucky in the last few weeks not to deliver an attacking return, but the potential is there, and they're edging out Gabriel, who's been holding firm at the top of the chart. Still not too bad a pick. I think a lot of managers will get blinded by the blanks and the doubles and forget that Arsenal are a very, very solid side right now, and being tripled up on their assets around this blank is still going to be quite important. And I was surprised to see Liverpool's Andrew Robertson enter the list in 4th place, 18.6 predicted points, only the 4 fixtures in the next 5 game weeks, but that doesn't seem to be hindering his potential output. Van Dijk also in this list as well, so they're players that you need to keep an eye on. Moving on to midfielders, and it's a familiar feel at the top with premiums, Son and Salah taking the top 2 places. Surprising with Salah, with the current flag, the fact that Liverpool play City in the schedule and blank, that Salah's doing so well in this pecking order. But, you know, when fully fit in any fixture, he's got the potential to explode. Spurs players doing very well. We've got Son, Richarlison and Maddison in the top 5. Son the preference. Richarlison currently rated over Maddison at this point. But, you know, if you're buying any attacking player this week, it probably makes sense to buy a Spurs midfielder, given the utility for the blank game week where Spurs probably have the best of the fixtures. Now, Bowen, I've been sceptical about Bowen for a few weeks. The AI team has been holding firm with him, and he duly delivered with that hat-trick in game week 26, and he remains 4th on this list, and rightly so after that 20-point haul. Obviously, he's got a fixture in game week 29 as well. That means that Saka slumps down this list a little bit into 6th place despite his fine form. And another probably differential to keep an eye on for the blank is Elanga. He could be a popular 7th attacker for anyone deciding to play the free hit in this week. Looking at forwards now, and there's no surprise to see Haaland retaining his place. There's not so much of a gulf between him and the rest of the pack, though, given that he does play Liverpool in game week 28 and then blanks in game week 29. In fact, Son has got the highest predicted points over the next 5 game weeks ahead of Haaland, but obviously he's still a must-have. In terms of those players that do have that utility in 29, Tony currently ahead of Watkins in the rankings, which surprises me a bit. But if Solanke does have an injury issue, then we could see Haaland, Tony and Watkins become the new template front three. But obviously, Solanke, massive potential in game week 28, should he be available. Surprisingly, Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson makes it into 5th place on 23.9 predicted points. It's been a difficult debut season for him. And we've got 3 Luton players in the top 10. Adebayo currently ahead of Morris and Ogbeni. We should get a fitness update on him today. And if you're wanting to focus more on potential options for free hit in 29, Nottingham Forest Taiwo Awoniyi, he is into the top 10. He's been in okay form since returning from injury, so keep monitoring him as well. Game week 26 brought a green arrow for the AI team, up about 7k places with 57 points. Got to be pleased with that. We ended up without a goalkeeper because of the fact that Dubravka missed out, and the transfer in Alex Moreno in for Zinchenko produced a -1, but at least we've got him to go into that blank game week 29 fixture. It was right to bench Trippier over Taylor though, and obviously in the attack, Bowen, Saka and Foden, massive hauls for the midfield. Haaland captain, kind of disappointed a little bit, especially when you then see Haaland, De Bruyne go absolutely wild in the cup in midweek. But there you go, that is FPL for you. Transfer plans then, and there's 2 free transfers, 0.5 million in the bank. I don't feel like the team needs to wildcard ahead of blank game week 29. The question is, does the team free hit in 29 or dead end with a view to wildcarding out of it in 30 or 31? Well, if you have a look at the team now, we've got Moreno and Taylor in the defence. Turner probably not going to provide much utility in that goalkeeper spot. But then in the attack, there's Bowen and Tony, who are key picks. And I feel like if you can go into 29 with Watkins and Tony up front, and then Bowen and a couple of Spurs defenders, a couple of Spurs midfielders, then you're probably fairly well covered at that point. Having that core of 5 and a couple of defenders is really going to help. I feel like this team is on the cusp of whether to free hit or dead end. I think as things stand, I'm personally leaning more towards dead end. However, if we get a load of injuries crop up in the meantime, then that could change things in the favour of free hit. So something to consider. Now, I have plugged in the chip strategy to get the AI transfers on the Fantasy Football Hub, my team tool. You, of course, can do this as well using the link in the description to this video. If I say that if I don't commit to a wildcard strategy, or say we're going to wildcard in 28 or 30, the suggestions are to swap Foden and De Bruyne for Son and Richarlison. Now, that feels scary to me, seeing City's midweek form, and I don't think Manchester United is a tough fixture. The alternative is just to do De Bruyne to Son. Now, if we were to suggest to the AI that we're going to free hit in 29, De Bruyne to Son remains a transfer, with the other move being to go from Turner to Neto to obviously get a playing keeper for the double game week in 28. So that's something to consider as well. Now, last week I went with the alternative transfer to keep the options open. Obviously, we've got 4 transfers before game week 29. So there is a bit of flexibility here. So I think I'm probably going to maybe roll the free transfer again and just do De Bruyne to Son. But a lot will depend on what happens in the press conferences. Team selection time then, and fewer injuries to deal with right now. The team kind of picks itself. Dubravka, hopefully he's back for Wolves at home. And then it's Gabriel, Trippier and Alex Moreno in the defence, with Taylor and Baldock on the bench. We've got the kind of more premium defenders selected there, kind of have the better fixtures anyway. And then as it stands in the midfield, using the AI transfers, it's Son, Richarlison, Saka, Gordon and Bowen, with Foden and De Bruyne sadly departing, with Haaland captain and Tony up front. Now, Richarlison, there are rumours circulating that he may have an injury, so all eyes will be on Postecoglou's press conference, but I will update the final AI team reveal on the article on Fantasy Football Hub by 4 o'clock on Friday. You can get that using the link in the description to this video. We've gone Haaland captain, 8.7 predicted points against Son's 6.9 predicted points with a game week rating of 98%. That's up from 92% having made those transfers, 69.8 predicted points. If you've enjoyed this one, give it a like, subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you for all your support. I'll be back next week.